Hello everybody, welcome back to Camp Buddy. I know it's been a while since I recorded my last. First off, my hubby was off for a whole week from work, so I wasn't able to record during that time. And then this last weekend, I had a really bad cold. I just got over it about a few days ago, so I'm doing fine now. Doing better. Allergies are still, well, they are what they are. They come and go. Anyway, first, before we get started, I want to thank all 85 of my subscribers for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Yeah, my channel just keeps on growing and growing, and I really appreciate it. I have 85 subscribers now, and I am really grateful for that. Thank you so much. If you really want to show your appreciation, I would really appreciate it if you could go to my Patreon account and become a Patreon contributor. As a reminder, all the funds that go in there go directly to charity. I don't see a penny of it. It doesn't even come to me at all. It just goes directly to charity. It goes to a community that runs it. Even though it's in my name, it still goes directly to charity. It goes through them, and then I tell them what charities I want the funds to go to. I'd like to see the funds go to. And that's where it goes. I don't see a penny of it. It doesn't come to me at all. Really. At all. Also, for those who want to receive any copies of any uncensored videos that I record onto and then put onto my flash drive, I can send them to you via email, but you must become either a $9 tier contributor or $25 tier contributor on my Patreon. Both of those are set up for adult content. I only give copies out to those who are either the $9 tier or the $25 tier Patreon contributors. That is to emphasize trying to get people onto my Patreon so that the funds can go to charity. Also, I will announce your name at the end of every video to show appreciation for becoming a Patreon contributor, regardless of what tier you're on, either $3 tier, $9 tier, or $25 tier, whatever tier that you choose to do. When you join the $9 tier or the $25 tier, you can go into the comment section and ask what type of which videos you'd like to receive. If you want to receive all of Camp Buddy uncensored videos, I can send them to you, but not all at once. Obviously, I don't think it would let me do that because I got to do it through cloud. I got to do it through Google Cloud, and they probably only I think they only let me send so many at once, you know. So I'd have to do it in increments probably. Also, you need to post in there in the comments section your email address so that I can send you those copies via email. So, with that in mind, also you can find the link to my Patreon within the description area just below this video, just to let you know. So, let's get started. We're in full screen mode here. And let's go here to load the game. Right there. We're on day 33. And I'm really sorry that I took so long getting back to doing recording for you guys. As I said, my partner was off for a whole weekend, and then I had that cold. I had to get over that cold. And no, it was not COVID. It was just a regular winter type cold. You know, everybody gets them. You know, it happens. Just an ordinary cold, but I'm fine. I'm fine now. There we go. That should be all of Hunter's stuff. I gotta get my keyboard out. Just a moment here. Now, if I remember correctly, where we left off at, Hunter's parents are coming to get him to take him out of camp because they think that we're influencing, everybody here is influencing him to become an artist and all this and that. They're just being jerks, if you ask me. They need to get over it. Poor boy needs to make decisions for himself, you know? Come on. He's got to live his own life eventually. Let me get some water here. Hunter's really leaving us early, huh? Well, you're all leaving here in a couple days anyway, aren't you? You know, all except for you. You live here. Yeah, I know. It's just sad that one of us have to leave like this. And I don't think Hunter will be coming back next summer either. Yeah, because his parents are being controlling jerks right now. They need to get over it.
I'm not feeling well.
Just thinking about it makes me really sad.
Guys.
Don't feel so bad, guys. I know we can all still have fun outside of the camp after all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Kiddo.
You know, kiddo, I'm kind of surprised. You're taking this a little better than we expected.
I know, right?
Must be something to do with him and Twinkerbell going missing again last night.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right. I suppose you and Hunter had a talk after he found out about his parents' decision, Kato.
Yeah.
I basically told Hunter to try and understand why things were like this right now. And he seemed to take it alright. But I think we could still help him a bit more this morning. If we're here for him, like usual, then we can still give him one last memory before he leaves Camp Buddy.
Hello.
I'm back, guys.
Hunter.
Oh, Hunter. Were you able to say goodbye to everyone? Okay. Give me a moment. I gotta turn this heater off. It's getting too warm. There we go. What happened here? It's stuck?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I went to the office to give all my thanks to Sir Girl and Scoutmaster Yoshi. Bet Sheriff just gave you another speech, huh? Haha. He actually did. And Sir Girl also gave me a book on drawing as a farewell gift. Sir Girl really has changed. So much because of you, Hunter. Not so much because of Hunter, but I think pretty much everybody has kind of changed his mind. It changed its whole attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never knew I'd be able be that close to him, actually. Also, I went to the mess hall and saw Settle, Felix, and Sir Aiden there. They were really shocked by the news. I'm not sure if they even knew I was leaving early. Oh, excuse me. Well, don't worry, Hunter. I managed to get everyone's numbers and contact details so you can get in touch with us anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Natsumi.
Oh,
and I didn't forget to say goodbye to Taiga's group either. Taiga was so sad he actually hugged me just because I was leaving.
Wow!
Wow. I guess Taiga's really come a long way from his old self. I just want to thank you guys again for helping me pack my stuff. I'm really going to miss you guys. I'm not really the type who's good at goodbyes. You're going to make me cry, Hunter. Jeez, get a grip. Tinkerbell's not dying or anything.
Yep.
Yeah, besides, we can still try to get together outside of camp after the summer.
But...
Stop moving. There. After seeing Hunter grow so much as my friend here in camp, I'm just gonna miss him so much. I'm really happy I was able to meet and spend time with you guys. You've all done so much for me as friends I never thought I'd have, so please don't feel too sad.
Don't worry.
You guys are the one who taught me to be stronger after all.
Oh,
Ah, Scoutmaster's whistle. My parents must be here. Oh, I'm gonna miss you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all the good times, guys. And all the lessons you've taught me here in camp. I'll never forget any of them.
Hunter.
Goodbye, Hunter.
Hunter.
Don't forget to call us, alright? You've got all our numbers.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. I definitely will. And don't let your parents cut us off, alright? It's bad enough they're taking you out of this dump so soon.
Hunter.
Hey, Hunter. Let me help you with your bags.
Thank you.
Thank you, Catero.
Huh?
What the heck are you crying for now, Mr. Perfect? No, I'm just so sad and so happy for Hunter at the same time. Why would you be happy for him? He's leaving the camp. It's a depressing time. I can understand the crying because you're sad he's leaving, but why would you be happy for him? It's a sad moment. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally get you on Natsumi. Yeah, well, I don't get him. It was really weird to see Hunter leaving with a smile on his face like that. Well, I guess Hunter has just grown enough not to focus on his sadness. He probably just wants to make the most out of things right now. And obviously Frogboy had something to do with it.
Yeah, that's right.
No doubt. Alright, get some water here. And here's his controlling parents. Jerks. Hunter should be on his way here. Please wait for a moment.
I see.
Of course.
Sorry.
If I may, I just want to apologize for any inconvenience that our faculty or scouts may have caused about this matter. It wasn't our intention to meddle or interfere with what you had planned for your son.
It's alright.
It's alright, Miss Noroma. I know you were all only just doing your jobs. It's just we're just not sure it's in our best interest to let Hunter stay anywhere that decides on such unconventional things for his future. They're not forcing him to do anything. They're just trying to encourage him to do what he wants to do. And you guys are being jerks. Seriously. I'm sure you understand. Yeah, we understand that you're both jerks. You're both controlling jerks. But that's what we understand right now.
Correct.
I certainly do.
Oh my.
I just hope Hunter doesn't hold any hard feelings against us. I would. I'd be so pissed off. I'd be like, Mom, Dad, you're both assholes.
It's for the best.
We just had to do what needed to be done. This is all for the best. You're right.
Scoutmaster Yuri!
The best for them, not so much for the kid. Hunters, ready, Miss Yuri.
Hunter here.
Are you all set and ready to go, Hunter?
Yes.
Yes, I am, Miss Yuri. I've already said my goodbyes to everyone.
See you soon.
Except for me. Goodbye, Hunter. I really do hope this isn't the last time we see each other.
It's okay.
It's alright, Miss Yuri. We'll see each other again someday, I'm sure. Just remember the third buddy law. A buddy always shows a bright smile on his face. I know it means there's always a bright side to everything. Oh my, I'm so proud of how mature you've become, Hunter.
Thank you.
I owe it all to everyone I met here. I was actually able to express myself thanks to you guys. What is this? Are you two now realizing you're both being controlling jerks right now? Yeah, 'cause you are. Seriously.
Keitaro?
And Keitaro, I think I'll miss you the most. You're the reason I became the person I always wanted to be, so thank you.
Hunter?
Don't say it like that, Hunter. It's not like this is the last time we'll see each other.
Well...
I know, Keitaro. I guess I just wanted to tell you before I left.
Bye.
Goodbye, Keitaro.
Bye!
Goodbye, Hunter. I'll miss you so much.
Mom.
We can go now, Mom and Dad.
We hope you understand that we're only doing this for your future, son.
Yeah, I understand you're both jerks. That's what I understand.
Yes, I understand.
We're really sorry that we had to do this, but your father and I just knew that if...
Mom, Dad, please. You don't have to explain. I know that all this time you two have always just been looking out for me. You two just want what's best for my life. And if you guys really think that taking me from Camp Buddy will help me set me straight on the path that you have planned out, I will respect that.
But I don't have to like it. You don't have to like it, Hunter. I sure as hell don't like it. All the fans here don't like it either, right? Am I right?
Hunter...
We've never heard you say anything like this before.
Well, I've learned how to express myself a little better, Mom and Dad. Ever since I was little, you guys were always busy with your work. But now I understand that it was all because you were trying to build my future.
Either they're just being greedy and trying to get a lot of money. Whatever the deal is, I don't know.
All of those times you spent away from me, I slowly figured out what my passion is. Spending most of my time indoors, reading books and wondering to myself what the outside is really like. That's what really got me into drawing.
I'm sorry, son, but I just don't see it. We can't. You've got to understand that pursuing that kind of career is a gamble. Don't you want the path we've already built for you?
No, he wants to do his own thing, so let him. Stop being jerks.
You won't have to work so hard or spend time worrying about your finances anymore.
We just want a career path where you'll feel safe, dear.
But I want to learn that for myself, Mom and Dad.
That's right, Hunter. Stand up for yourself. You gotta stand up to these jerks. They may be your parents, but they're being jerks right now.
The reason I'm choosing to follow what you guys had planned for me is because I respect all your hard work. Even if it means I won't be happy.
But, dear, we want nothing but your happiness. It's why we set up so much of your future for you.
But it's not the kind of happiness he's looking for.
Aren't you happy with that?
Obviously not.
I understand that art isn't the path that you've worked so hard for me to take. But as much as I know I'm the next person in line to take up our family's business, I'm really not sure I'd be the best person for it after all. I know where you guys are coming from, and I want to show you just how much I respect you both. But I just don't want you guys to be disappointed by how unhappy I'll become if I give up on who I am.
Hunter.
When I first got to Camp Buddy, I barely talked to anyone. I didn't know how to make friends because I grew up spending all of my time indoors. But someone reached out to me and taught me how to express myself to everyone. I actually grew some confidence. I was happy and loved. I learned that I didn't want everything to be served to me on a silver platter, because that would mean missing out on so much of what I could experience in life.
We never knew.
Do you think we're bad parents, Hunter?
Yeah, I kinda do.
Mom, Dad, I never said that. But this is about me, too. And I just wanted you guys to hear my feelings as well. I won't force anything anymore. I'll follow what you guys think is best for me. I think I just needed to say what I thought was best for myself.
Looks at Archer. Nods his head.
Cheer up.
Ah, kiddo, cheer up.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm just going to miss him so much. Honestly, because the two of you were the closest. You both got intimate with each other.
Cato.
We understand, Cato. I know I can't help but feel sad he's gone too. It's too bad Hunter didn't even get to finish this camp term with us. Come on. Don't you start crying again, or I'm seriously gonna get pissed.
Hello.
Guys. Hunter, what are you doing back here? Oh dear, what Did you forget something?
No.
No, I didn't forget anything. I'm not leaving camp anymore.
What?
Wow!
Oh my, now this is a surprise. What happened, Hunter? We've changed our minds. Yeah, we both realize we're being controlling jerks now, so we're gonna let him stay in camp. So leave, Mom and Dad. Stop being assholes.
Actually,
And we decided to let Hunter stay and finish the term. About time. My husband and I realized how much this camp means to Hunter, his friends, and his confidence. Finally,
we understand.
we understand that his happiness really did come from here in Camp Buddy.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of how strong a person our son has grown up to be, even after just a short time here in Camp Buddy.
I apologize.
We apologize for all the confusion and distress. We ended up misjudging all of the good, nurturing people around Hunter out of panic. Yeah, well, while you're at it, why don't you just apologize for being controlling jerks? Idiots. We thought we were doing the right thing, but Hunter proved us wrong. It's about time you both woke up. Come on. Let the kid run his own life. Jesus Christ.
As a matter of fact,
The truth is, and as unfortunate as it sounds, you all know our son better than we do. Obviously, because you always never around him enough to know what your son really wants.
I'm sorry.
None of you were influencing him or meddling with us. You were only trying to support Hunter's happiness. It was about time he saw that. Nobody's forcing him to do anything other than you two. You two were trying to force him to do something he didn't want to. And Hunter, we're so sorry for how blind and neglectful your father and I have been all these years. It was about time you figured that out. Seriously. Smack them both. Somebody needs to smack these two parents. Smack, 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 smack. How dare you? We almost lost sight of the very thing we were working so hard for.
thank you for reminding us that you've got your own path to follow, Hunter.
Damn right he does.
We want you to know that we love you and hope nothing but the best for you.
Well, let him live his own life, for crying out loud.
We're also sorry for trying to take you from the one place that's built you up so much. You really have grown up, and we're proud to see you stand so tall like this now.
Mom, Dad.
You weren't expecting to hear so much words come from Hunter then. It was almost a miracle that Hunter was able to convince his parents to stay in Camp Buddy. It probably took all his courage to change their minds with honesty like that. I was so proud of Hunter. Hey, we all are. He finally got some guts to stand up for himself.
Twinkerbell.
Damn, Twinkerbell. You sure know how to fake an exit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe you're actually still here eating with us, Hunter. I was so sure that we were going to have to spend the rest of the term without you. I seriously thought I'm going to have to deal with Mr. Waterworks until camp was over. He's been sobbing like you died or something. Hey, it's just my way of dealing with Hunter leaving us so soon.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I made you guys feel that sad. Hey, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You want to blame anybody, blame your parents. But seeing you guys care for me so much is really sweet. I'm glad to be back. I'm so happy everything turned out well. I really didn't know there was any way for your parents to change their minds.
Well,
I thought so too, but I really have to think it all. I really have you to thank for all of it, for it all, Cato. Excuse me, getting caught up in my words. Sorry about that. The advice you gave me last night, that's the reason I suddenly understood why my parents did what they did.
actually,
I just needed to tell them my side of the story too. Yeah, somebody need to wake them up, right? Things do need to get easier once we learn to speak up and to listen.
yeah, that's right.
That's true. It's the reason why we all got so close to you here at camp. I'm just glad you're back to spend the last few days of this camp term with us.
Oh,
By the way, Hunter, did your parents tell you if they changed their mind about art school yet? Well, I've been wanting to ask about it before they left, but I guess I just didn't want to push my luck. I know, right? It's best just to be glad that they changed their mind to leave it, let you stay in camp for right now. You could always go back to them and say, hey, I want this art school. I want to do this, you know? They were already kind enough to let me stay despite everything. One thing at a time. Get them to let you stay in camp, and then you can go to them and say, "Hey, I need this. I want this."
well,
Well, maybe they will think about it. I mean, they pretty much know what you want now, right? I sure hope they will. At first I was only following them because they were my parents. But now I'm following them because I understand them a lot better now. Now that sounds like the hunter I know. Let's not get mushy again. Got it? Tinkerbell's back. And we're all happy about it. The end. I'm gonna blow my nose because of my allergies. Sorry about that. I'm back. I thought we were all going to go to Scoutmaster's office. Why are we at the mess hall? I told you I'm just going to get me some cucumbers for my facial mud mask later. In addition, the Scoutmasters were preoccupied with some unforeseen circumstance from a while ago. Felix, we may just return later.
Let's see.
Why don't we get something to eat while we're... Oh.
Hunter!
What are you still doing here? I thought you left. Well, his parents decided on letting him finish the camp term, Tyga.
Tyga!
Shush, Tyga. Don't just scream like that out of nowhere.
Totally!
You can say that again. My weed was just damn near snatched.
I swear.
But it is serious, guys. I was sure Hunter was already gone.
Well,
Oh, but indeed, it appears that our silent friend has never left the premises. This turn of events was certainly unpredicted.
Oh!
Guess who's back in the house? It's Hunter. Welcome back, Blondie.
thank you.
Thanks, guys. I'm really happy that I don't have to leave. And to think I had to leave just after I started getting close with you, all of you guys. Phew. I'm glad you're back, Hunter. I thought for sure I was going to lose such a close friend like you. Haha, Felix was really sad when he found out you were leaving. He seriously thought that he was going to be the odd one out. You mean the last of the twinks?
Come on.
The only twink in camp, right? Well, now there's two of them. Oh, come on. Every freaking one of you is a weirdo.
Anyway.
What are you guys up to, anyway? I heard you were all heading to Scoutmaster's office.
Oh.
Oh, Felix here just wanted some company on the way to Scoutmaster's office. I think he wanted to make a phone call or something. Well, I kind of wanted to invite my dad over for personal reasons. Geez, what is this? Being your parents to bring your parents to camp week? It's nothing like you're thinking, Yuichi. I just thought of something that might help out the camp and all. But it's really not that serious. And I'm still not sure about the details until I talk to my dad. But why did you guys head here to the mess hall then? Well, Edward needed a pickle or something for who knows why. It's a cucumber. You guys just don't know the importance of keeping those dark circles around your eyes at bay.
Well,
Technically, Edward, pickles could be cucumbers too. But just to clear out any confusion, the pickle itself is more aptly named after its process of preservation. Preservation, yeah, in a jar with.
So what?
Whatever. Look, we don't want to interrupt the Scoutmasters, alright? They were off chatting about something important or whatever.
I know.
Hey guys, I just had an idea. Why don't we have a meal together since we're all here now?
Sure.
Sure, Tyga, that sounds awesome. Having a meal to share with Hunter and everyone without anything else to worry about. This was exactly what Camp Buddy was supposed to feel like. I never thought we'd be talking and laughing at the same table like this. We could all finally breathe easy and enjoy the rest of the term, knowing Hunter was still with us. Once we were all done with dinner, we headed back to our cabins. Phew. It's so nice to be back. I thought I'd never be able to lie down on this bed again. So much happened today. It feels like we've been up forever, huh? And speaking of, I should really update my journal. I haven't really written in it much because of everything that's happened recently. Oh, that sounds like a great idea, Kiddo.
Hunter!
You want to scribble on the pages, Hunter? Just like old times?
okay.
I'd love to, Kiddo.
Keitaro?
It's been a while since I last drew in your journal, Kiddo.
Well,
It's actually Tyga's journal, to be fair. You guys made this together with him after all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I still can't believe everything finally worked out in the end.
Hunter!
You know, Hunter, I was really nervous when I saw your parents again at the camp entrance. It really did feel like it was the last time we were going to see each other. Me too, but we are going to be apart soon enough. It is almost the end of the term after all.
Well,
In the end, I guess it didn't matter too much whenever I left with my parents or not.
Huh?
Don't say that. Say that. Of course it matters. If your parents left thinking we were all still bad influences on you, you'd never be able to come back. That's a good point, Catero. I guess it does. I really like the way you think, Catero. Man, time really flies, doesn't it, Hunter?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Catero. I mean, we did have a lot of fun. I think you'll come back next term, Catero.
Yeah.
Definitely. How about you, Hunter? Well, I think my chances are pretty good, especially now that I was able to convince my parents about Camp Buddy. Yeah. But personally, I'd love to come back and be with you again. I'm really glad you could stay and finish the term. Day 34. I think I have time to do another day. And since I've missed out on recording for quite some time now, why not? Let's go through day 34. Oh. Wow. Looks like I fell asleep while I was writing in my journal.
Oh.
Hunter fell asleep beside me. Aw. He's so cute. Jan, good morning, Catero.
Good morning.
Good morning, Hunter. It's so nice to wake up and see you right next to me in the morning. Ah, I fell asleep right in the middle of writing in your journal. It's okay, Hunter. I fell asleep too.
Well,
I guess both of us were really tired after yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah, yesterday was kind of a huge emotional roller coaster, wasn't it? Yeah. Where is everyone, though? They're probably getting some breakfast right now. About right now. I wonder why they didn't wake us up. Well, there's no... I don't think there's any, anything going on, so they probably figured, oh, let them sleep. Maybe it's because they saw us sleeping together and didn't want to disturb us. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, haha, right.
Well,
Well, it can't be helped. We are boyfriends now, aren't we, Hunter?
yes.
Yes. But that's embarrassing, Catero. Haha. But it's true. Don't you like getting called my boyfriend? Well, I guess I'm not used to hearing it. Haha.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, Hunter. I'm sure you will. I never imagined having a boyfriend. I'm so glad that it's you, Catero. Me too, Hunter. If Yuichi was here, he'd probably yell at us for being so cheesy again. Yeah, probably. Oh, definitely. Haha. I guess we should both get changed and join everyone for breakfast, huh?
Alright.
Alright.
Hi.
Oh, hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello, Felix. We're heading over to the mess hall for lunch. Do you want to come along with us?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but I can't tag along right now. I'm waiting for my dad to show up.
Oh,
All right. You were talking about him yesterday. I hope he's not here to pick you up. It's nothing like that at all, Hunter. My dad is actually just visiting to check out the camp. Excuse me. I've been telling him stories about how much fun I've been having here. I figured it'd be nice to invite him here before the term ends so he can see for himself.
oh.
Oh, that's really nice, Felix. I'm kind of worried, though. The Scoutmasters aren't here to welcome him. I don't want my dad to think that the Scoutmasters are lazy and don't care of the camp. And don't take care of the camp. I don't think your dad will assume anything like that, Felix.
I know.
Oh, I know. How about we go to the Scoutmaster's office and tell the Scoutmasters about your dad's visit?
Sure thing.
That sounds good, Catero.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good morning, Scouts.
Mr. Springfield.
And welcome back, Mr. Springfield. I heard the good news. I am so relieved to hear you're finishing the camp term with us.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And it's all my pleasure.
Impressive.
We're also proud of you for telling your parents everything they needed to hear.
However,
And even though they haven't fully decided to letting you go to art school, I'm glad to hear they're considering it at least. Yuri told me all about it last night.
Thank you.
I guess I have you to thank for the opportunity too, sir.
anyway,
So, what brings you all here at the office?
Sir?
Sir, girl. If you weren't busy, Felix here actually wanted to ask you something.
is that so?
What is it, lad?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, well, I invited my dad to visit Camp Buddy today to check it out. And I was wondering if at least one of the Scoutmasters could welcome him and give him a tour. No problem, Felix. I'll go tell Yuri and the others to attend your father, alright? Let me just finish my morning coffee and I'll get right on it. Right away. You boys run along and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you again, sir. We'll be on our way.
Let's see.
Another visit from a parent. I see. I'll have to take a quick glance at the Scoutmasters, at the Scouts' data first, so we know how to cater to his fathers properly once we give them the tour. Yawn. Let's see. Who was that scout again? Felix Claremont.
Huh?
Claremont?
What?
Thanks.
Thanks for coming with me, guys. Back itches.
You're welcome.
No problem, Felix. See, Felix, there's nothing to worry about. Sir Girl can actually be one of the nicest people around.
Actually,
I'm just not used to talking to people so upfront like that. My dad can be just as intimidating as Sir Girl sometimes. Older people are always so serious and busy. It really makes me wonder, though, what does your dad do, Felix? Well, my dad is an author with his own publishing company.
wow.
Wow, that's awesome. I've always admired people who could write.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's really nice of Mr. William Claremont to come and visit. Would it be alright if I got his signature?
What?
What? You know Felix's father?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the author of one of my favorite books.
Wow.
Oh, wow. You know who I was the whole time, Hunter?
Actually.
Well, actually, I didn't. I just figured it out for myself recently. Ha ha ha.
Wow.
Huh. So, your father's famous, Felix.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess you could say that. He sold over 1 million books worldwide and sponsored a lot of other independent authors as well. Oh, so that explains why you're so rich, Felix. Why did you join Camp Buddy anyway? Shouldn't someone like you be in some kind of prestigious summer class? Well, I was always bullied at school for getting special treatment from the teachers, even though I went to an exclusive private school. My dad thought it was best to have private tutors come over, so I've been taught at home for a really long time. I got so used to staying at home that I didn't even go outside anymore. It made my dad worry so much that he thought he might have been depriving me of any fun. Give me a moment, I gotta blow my nose. Alright, I'm back. That's when he came across an online article about this place and asked me if I wanted to spend my summer vacation here. I thought trying something new like this may not be so bad, so I agreed to do it.
But
However, I tried to keep my family profile a secret since I didn't want the same thing that happened to me at school to happen here. Oh, are you sure it's alright for you to tell us all of this, Felix?
it's okay.
It's okay. You guys are my friends, and even if you did know, I don't think you would have changed the way you see me. And Hunter already knows either way. He's just choosing not to make a big deal about it. I'm just happy to get the same treatment as everyone else and finally feel like a normal person. It must be really nice living that kind of dream life, though, Felix. You get to have whatever you want anytime you want it.
I disagree.
That's not true, Cato. I never had real friends until I met all of you guys. I know I'm not good at socializing, and on top of that, I know I was obnoxious at first, complaining about almost everything. If it were any other people, they would have left me right away. In fact, the people who stuck around me back then were only after my money.
But
Well, my father's money. But like I said, everything is different here. I couldn't really ask for more. Excuse me. I'm so glad that you think that way, Felix. All of us learned a lot from each other here.
yeah, that's right.
You're right. That's why I thought my dad should really see this place for himself. He needs to see just how good of an investment Camp Buddy can be.
Eh?
Huh? What do you mean, Felix?
Well,
When everyone was busy with the fundraising and advertisement campaign, I wanted to help out in any way I could, too. I know the campaign was successful, but I still didn't want to leave the camp without helping. I explained the situation to my dad and asked him if he could help out the camp financially. Oh, so that's why Mr. Claremont is visiting.
I can't believe it.
That's unbelievable, Felix. Did you tell the Scoutmasters about this yet?
well,
I haven't yet. I didn't have enough time to explain it fully to Sir Guru before. That's why I'm really worried about my dad's visit. I wanted to impress him enough to persuade him to sponsor the camp.
wow.
Oh, wow. Felix, that's great news. I'm sure the Scoutmasters will impress him. Let's just hope we don't run into any trouble.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe this. I can't believe he is actually going to visit our camp.
Dad?
Calm down. Tell us what's going on first.
That's right.
Yeah, sir. I haven't seen you this excited in a long time.
Sheesh.
Sheesh, Gramps. It's just that guy like is that guy like a supermodel or something?
Huh?
Weren't you three listening? Mr. William Claremont will be visiting the camp. What? The Sir William Claremont? I'm sorry, but I am not following. Who is this William Claremont?
Well,
He's an award-winning novel author and publisher. And if I'm not mistaken, he's one of the top 10 wealthiest personalities in the world. My dad is an absolute die-hard fan of Mr. Claremont.
anyway,
Actually, I have to say his works are really top-notch. I've read most of them from Dad's collection.
Are you sure?
Are you sure this is the same person, sir?
Precisely.
I'm definitely sure. I pulled up our records and it seemed that Mr. Claremont's only son is enrolled in this batch.
Oh!
Oh, you mean Felix?
Yes.
That's right. That explains why Felix seems to be new to everything that's going on around here. I wonder why someone so wealthy would send their only son to such a rundown camp like this, though. To be fair, the camp had a great reputation up till last year. We've been outstanding model summer camp for the last 2 decades. I can understand Mr. Claremont entrusting his son to us, but I'm not sure of is why he would want to visit us. I'm not sure either, but it doesn't matter. I get to finally meet Mr. Claremont in person. Don't get your hopes up too much, Dad. He's probably here to visit his son, not the camp. I might actually get him to sign my collection of books while he's here. I've actually just bought and finished his newest work.
Gramps?
Relax, Gramps. Now we know where Yuri's obsession over things come from. I guess you could say that, Aiden. Anyway, let's make sure the entire camp is spotless and everything is in order before he arrives. We have to make sure and impress him. Oh, there they are.
Hey!
Oi, Frog Boy, Twinkerbarrel, over here. You two just looked so adorable sleeping together. We didn't bother to wake you guys up. Seeing you guys all cuddled up and hugging each other, it was so cute. Give me a break, Mr. Perfect. I feel like I'm gonna barf just from watching these two get all mushy with each other.
What took you so long?
What took you guys so long, anyway? We got you two some lunch. It might be a little cold by now.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Hera.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry if we were a little late. We actually got caught up with helping Felix on our way here. Oh, did he run into trouble?
No.
Nothing like that. He was just waiting for his dad to show up. Huh? Don't tell me he's going to get pulled out too. If there's going to be another drama again, count me out. We thought that was the case too, but he told us he was just going to be a visit. He was just going to be a visit. Okay. I don't know if that's the right way of reading it, but okay.
Oh, really?
His dad is going to visit the camp?
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually visited the scoutmasters with him to let them know about the visit. Apparently, his dad wants to check out our camp before the season ends.
Huh?
Why? Why would he want to come out here out of the blue?
Well,
Felix told us that his dad was actually planning to invest in the camp in Camp Buddy. I think he's here to evaluate the camp's status right now.
well,
Who knows? Maybe Felix's dad really could help the camp with its money problems.
Really?
Who? Really? Just who is Felix's dad, anyways?
Oh,
Oh, Mr. Claremont is one of the best-selling authors around the world. He's a billionaire.
huh?
How could you say that with a straight face?
What?
What? I never knew.
Hunter?
How did you know about that, Hunter? Did Felix tell you before?
I've read about this before.
No, I've known about it since I heard Felix's last name. I read some of his father's books.
I see.
Now everything about Felix makes sense.
Whoa!
We all knew that he was rich, but not that rich. It's great news that his father is a potential investor, though. If he offers a sponsorship, that would probably help liquidate the camp's financial liabilities. There we go again. Scouting business. Words that only you guys can understand.
Wolf boy.
Huh. I know, right, Wolf Boy? Let's just pretend we don't. We understand, haha. All Hunter is saying is that we could really use the help Felix's dad can give if he sees a camp buddy as a worthwhile investment.
That's great.
I'm not sure why Mr. Claremont would think otherwise. Camp Buddy is a great place after all.
What do you think about this?
Do the Scoutmasters know about this already?
Not at all.
I don't think so, but it shouldn't be a problem, though. They treat all visitors with the same amount of respect, no matter who they are.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Mr. Claremont can also see for himself that just how friendly and well-mannered the campers are.
Kitaro!
Hey, Kidro. Since Hunter's back, isn't it time for you to tell him about all you know what? What? What are you talking about?
Shiro?
Hero, please don't say stuff like that out loud in front of so many people. It's embarrassing for Kidro.
Come on!
Oh, come on. I just want to clear the air already and get this over with.
Yeah!
Yeah, these two literally stepped cuddling each other. Just freaking tell Twinkerbell already. Jeez, you two are so straightforward.
Huh?
Huh? What are you guys talking about? I know, right?
Actually,
Guys, I've actually already told Hunter.
wow!
Awesome. So you two are finally official?
Ha!
It's about time, you two.
Congratulations!
And we've been waiting for so long. Congratulations.
Kitaro?
Wow, Catero. You mean all this time our friends have been waiting for us to be together?
Kinda. Aw.
Hunter is so flustered. It's so cute.
Thank you.
Thank you for being so supportive of us for so long, everyone. Huh. Didn't think you'd actually have the guts to convince, Frog Boy.
Aw.
This is so romantic. I'm so happy for the two of you. My best friend has a boyfriend now. I want to get one too. How about Yuichi here? You two seem like a good match. Yeah, opposites. I don't know. They don't really like each other.
What?
Ew. Not in a million years. I'd rather die with a date. I'd rather die than date Wolf Boy. Like I want you either, Toe Tread. Ew. Don't start pairing us up like that crazy lady, Mr. Perfect. But this is inspiring. It makes me wonder if I'll ever find romance like that.
Mr. Perfect.
I doubt it, Mr. Perfect. Unless you find some way to hook up with a mop.
I have an idea.
Maybe we should be together like them, Yuichi.
Yeah!
Ew. What the heck? Get away from me.
Come on.
Come on, Yuichi. Just a hug. Now that Hunter and I were finally an official couple, I was so happy to hear that everyone was actually supporting us the whole time. Once breakfast was done, it was just another day in camp for us, having fun without anything to worry about at all. I knew this was all something I was definitely going to miss once the summer was over. Today was so fun. I can't believe how much I was going to miss if I left yesterday, kiddo.
Yeah.
It's just like old times, isn't it? With Natsumi out there still trying to stop Hiro and Yuichi from running all over the camp. Haha. Well, I wouldn't expect anything less.
Keitaro?
Anyway, Keitaro, I'll just wash up in the bathroom really quick. It's been a long day. A long, fun day.
Alright.
Alright, Hunter. Well, I'm waiting. Maybe I can write about what happened today in my journal. I can't believe this new journal is almost full as well. When I first came to Camp Buddy, the only thing on my mind was to make as many great memories as possible. I wanted to keep these memories forever, with the pictures I took and everything I wrote in my journal. But when my first journal was ruined, I thought the memories I tried to preserve were gone as well. I was wrong. Everyone put their heart and soul into making this new journal. It's proof that all the times we spent together were remembered and always will be. To think that all of this happened in just 1 month. I've been staying here. I guess I'm thinking about this a lot more than I should.
Mr. Claremont.
And here's one of the lodging cabins for our campers. Complete with all the basic facilities every camper needs and always will maintained. Always well maintained, yeah.
Very well.
Interesting. It seems like everything is in good shape around here.
Precisely.
Yes, indeed. Haha.
Keitaro!
Oh, Keitaro, you're here.
Dad!
Dad, I'd like you to meet Keitaro. He's one of my friends that I told you about.
Oh!
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Claremont.
Keitaro!
Ah, Keitaro. I've heard a lot of stories about you.
Actually,
Keitaro here is like a leader among us. I can safely say that if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be so close with everyone else. Felix, it's not like that, really.
Dad.
I really want to be like Keitaro, Dad. He listens to everyone's opinions and always tries to understand his fellow campers.
Yes.
I can't help but agree with you, Felix. Keitaro here is a shining example of the spirit of this camp.
Of course.
I can see that. I've never seen my son introduce someone with such confidence. Keitaro, please accept my personal gratitude for being a true friend to my son. You're welcome, sir. But really, I can't take all the credit. Here at Camp Buddy, we all work together, scoutmasters and scouts alike. I admire your community, but if you'd problem the shift in topic, I can't help but notice that book you're carrying, Keitaro.
Oh!
Oh, that's my journal, Mr. Claremont. A journal, you say? I see. We may have an aspiring writer here, then. It's nowhere near as good as your professional works, Mr. Claremont. I usually just write about all the memories I've shared with everyone here in Camp Buddy. I get a little help from all my friends, too, whenever I update my journal, so it's really a team effort.
Dad!
Dad, Keitaro here is quite the photographer as well.
I see.
Oh, really? That explains that camera then.
Yes, sir!
Yes, sir. It's a little hobby of mine, and I use some of my pictures I take to decorate my journal like a scrapbook. This journal was actually a welcome gift from the Scoutmasters, too.
Impressive.
I didn't know how nurturing you were of your scouts' creativity here, Mr. Neural.
Well,
It's not just creativity, Mr. Claremont. We let our campers engage in activities that fit their interests in order for them to excel at what they are most passionate about.
I see.
I know it's your personal article, Keitaro, but may I take a peek?
Sure.
Sure thing, Mr. Claremont. You're just in time since I finished updating it before you guys entered. Hands over the journal.
Interesting.
Mr. Claremont?
Mr. Claremont, can we continue the tour now?
Hold on.
Hey.
Hey, Mr. Claremont seems to be enjoying your journal. Just what did you write in there? Well, haha. You're quite a passionate writer, Keitaro. I enjoyed the stories you put in your journal. They give off that innocent boyhood expression that I feel is lacking in my own books.
Wow!
Well, it's an honor to hear that from you, Mr. Claremont.
Impressive.
You and your friends have done well. I really wish that I could just sit back and read what you've cooked up in this little book of yours.
It's alright.
I don't really mind, Mr. Claremont. You can borrow it if you like. I won't be adding any entries for the rest of the day anyway.
Very well.
Oh, splendid. You truly are one interesting boy.
Mr. Nomaru.
Is it possible that you escort me to a quarter where I can just enjoy this book with a nice cup of tea by my side?
Mr. Claremont.
But Mr. Claremont, the tour isn't finished yet. It's quite all right. I've seen enough. Catero, I will return your joiner as soon as I finish reading it. Thank you very much again for lending it to me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Mr. Claremont.
Excuse us.
Now, if you'll excuse us.
All right.
This way, please.
Hello.
I'm back, Catero.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Hunter. Did you have a good shower? Actually, I only just gotten the hot water to work. Haha. Did something happen while I was gone?
Well,
Oh, well, Sir Girl and Felix and his dad happened to drop by the cabin just now. Sir Girl was giving Felix's dad a tour of the cabins when he saw me finishing up writing in my journal.
actually,
As an author, he seemed really interested in what I had to write, so I lent it to him for a little bit.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh wow, Catero, that sounds exciting. I just hope he likes what he finds in there, including your scribbles, Hunter. Well, I'm sure he'll love your writing, Catero. The water should be plenty warm by now, by the way, Catero. Do you want to wash up with me?
sure.
Oh, that sounds great, Hunter. Sure. Is there going to be a sex in the shower scene? Probably.
Are you alright?
What happened, Dad? Why do you look so down? I'm just thinking about my tour with Mr. Claremont. How did it go? It went alright. He just stopped halfway through the tour.
What?
Huh? What happened? Well, I was just showing him around the camp the whole day. It was uneventful until we arrived at cabin 1. We met Cairo inside, and he was holding his journal. Mr. Claremont was intrigued and asked Cairo if he could borrow it for a while. He then halted the tour just to rest and read Cairo's journal with some tea.
I disagree.
What's wrong with that, sir? It sounds like it went well to me.
Well,
I'm just afraid that I might have overworked him or something.
Don't mind it too much, okay?
Dad, I think you're being too paranoid about it. I'm sure he just really enjoyed Cairo's journal. Or maybe he read something inappropriate, like the time where Tyga snapped a photo of your butt. Oh, come on. You're going to piss him off, Aiden. Leave it in the past. Come on. Aren't we trying to get over that stuff?
Stop it!
Aiden, you're not helping. I know, right?
Sir!
Let's not worry about it too much, sir. Maybe he's tired, just like you said. He's pretty busy. He's a pretty busy man after all.
That's right.
Yoshi's right, and you've had a long day too. So why don't you get some sleep, Dad? We still have huge plans for the campers tomorrow after all. Maybe I should send him an email apologizing at least. Sleep. Your dad is a total fanboy of this Claremont guy, huh? I guess it runs in the blood.
What?
You're making it sound like it's a bad thing, Aiden. Humph. Anyway, let's all get some rest as well. We have to be ready tomorrow for our final activity with the Scouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm already beat from cleaning the entire place for that Claremont guy. Well, I should close this place before I head out. Oh, who could that be? Mr. Claremont? Yes, I'll get my dad right away.
Good morning.
Day 35. And we did 2 days already, so that's a lot for one day. So I'm going to give it a rest for now. Thank you for watching on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that like button and click the subscribe button for those of you who haven't done so already. And don't forget to check out my Patreon account. Patreon account, and become a Patreon contributor. All the funds that go in there go directly to charity. I don't see a penny of it. It doesn't come to me at all. This goes directly to charity. Worthy charity, of course. And you can find the link to my Patreon within the description area just below this video. So I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. And in the meantime, this whoops.
Hello.
I'm gonna save it. Save it right there. Okay. There we go. And stop it right there. Okay. There we go. And I will see you all guys later when we finally finish the Hunter route. Damn pop-ups. Go away.